Months ago, I was in the mood to watch an old movie on a Saturday night. One movie in particular looked interesting and I watched it. Afterwards, something happened that I don't personally do often. I clapped at the end of the movie. The movie that I thought and felt deserved this was the movie Where Danger Lives. It's a movie from 1950 that stars Robert Mitchum, Faith Domhue, and Claude Rains. A doctor gets romantically involved with his patient who recently attempted suicide. She tells him it's in rebellion against her father, but then it turns out that she is not his daughter, but his wife. After a fight, the husband dies, and the two of them run for the border to escape American law enforcement. Although this movie has less than a 7 out of 10 on IMDb at the moment that I'm recording this, here are some reasons I think this movie is a classic. First would be the story. There is a twist involving the fact that the man in Margot's life is her husband, but it's one of the several plot twists that happens throughout. As the two main characters try to avoid the law, there are moments where they have to abruptly change course for various reasons, but almost get caught in the process, such as assuming that these policemen are searching for them, but they are just directing traffic, or when they are thinking that they are going to be caught, but by pure luck and ignorance from the local people, they manage to get away. Usually when I watch a movie, it can become a bore if I can tell where it's going to go and it becomes painfully predictable. But this movie is not at all like that. It changes course in sort of an honestly like dark comedy wrapped up in a noir movie. I highly enjoy a movie that's well written, but especially when it's not predictable and it pulls some nice surprises on you that you don't see coming. I also like that even though they are successful at avoiding getting caught by the police, they do get taken advantage of where they have to compromise towards their goal, even if it means swallowing their pride and forking over some money. The big twist in the second half of the movie turns out that Margot has been taking advantage of Jeff. She was the one who killed her husband and tricked Jeff to take her to the Mexican border since she has a bank account in that country to start a new life. Although the story does run into some issues at the end, such as Margot now having a gun that the movie did not establish that she had before, or the ending of the movie being a bit too positive, there is no denying that the story is well written and it keeps you guessing where it's going to go. Second would be the constant struggle that the protagonist has. Jeff is the one who decides to be unprofessional as a doctor and gets involved in the personal life of one of his patients. After hearing the news that Margot is married, he tries to leave, but then hears Margot in pain to come to her rescue to fight her husband. An injury from the fight causes him to suffer gradual hemorrhaging in his brain, and it gets worse as the story progresses. His condition isn't as visually obvious, such as a bullet wound or a laceration by a sword, so he has to explain to Margot of his issues.
The pains in my head and the slow respiration, dilated pupils.
Will it get better?
Well, perhaps, but not before it gets worse.
This makes sense that he is saying his problems out loud so the audience can understand, and he would have knowledge on how much time he has left since he has a medical background. It is important in any story for the protagonist to have an upward struggle to get their goal. Unlike badly written main characters in movies where they seem to go through obstacles with ease to where the conflict in that movie seems pointless and boring, the fact that our character is slowly becoming paralyzed is a nice way to show how nothing he achieves in the story is easy, and it's more impressive when he finally overcomes them. But his injury is a constant reminder of the consequences of him thinking with his head, but not the one on his shoulders. Third and finally would have to be the antagonist herself. Margot may be the reason to why the protagonist is going on this journey to escape, but it's later revealed that she is the villain of the story. Hints of this are shown throughout the movie with a man who is dating Margot is trying to tell his side of the story, and even her husband warning Jeff about his wife.
If you take her, it's a long road. There's no turning back.
Margot hides this well by insisting on not having Jeff use the radio because it brings back some trauma. However, the real reason is because the radio broadcasters are telling information about Margot having mental issues and is a compulsive liar. Margot is an archetype of the femme fatale that is seen in noir movies, especially ones from that time period. Unlike the other femme fatales who are perfectly sane in their attempts on killing people, Margot is someone who may kill others, but is not mentally sane in doing so. She may have planned on deceiving Jeff to get rid of her husband so she can start a new life, but she does care for Jeff in a twisted way. Even though she attempts to kill him towards the end of the movie, the way she reacts to him trying to stop her shows that she does have some sort of feelings for him. This is excellently acted by the actress of the movie, both in her physical beauty and in her acting abilities that contributes to her being a fully fleshed out character.
Nobody pities me.
This movie has a well-written story that is accompanied by good acting and cinematography that makes it a great movie. Hopefully someday, this movie will no longer be an overlooked classic and just become a well-known classic. So anyway, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe.